Namaskaram, Dr. Nandakishore ji and my sister Gurjit Kaur. I am here because of Dr. Tripta, who is a good friend of mine, who was hosting me on many occasions in the Moga SDS College of Education for Women. When the 7-day faculty development program was announced and I was asked to opt between different topics of like restructuring the teacher education program, the strategies of um implement, integrate teacher education program, interlinking school education and teacher education, and mostly on NEP. One topic was the teacher's role to promote innovative skill based learning in school education. When I opted to that, immediately Dr. Tripta told, yes, I know you are going to select this. And probably because I always believe if you teach today as you were teaching yesterday, you are actually killing the children of tomorrow. If you repeat the same style of teaching every day and you are not entirely different, actually you are not improving. And when you are not improving, you cannot make your students to improve. It's actually murder. It's one of the biggest crime any teacher can do. But you can see 99% of the teachers are repeatedly doing same job. So when some teachers tell me that they have 30 years of experience, I keep asking, how much you improved for last 30 years? If you have not changed your style of teaching, you have not become so innovative, you have not become adaptive, you are not used anything new, you are not having novel idea, you are not unusually different. The student should not expect, oh, this teacher is going to teach me like this. You should become unexpected. If at all you have a box of syllabus and textbook and classroom, you must become out of box. That's what is called out of box. You have to become fresh every time. Not as the harmonious style of doing the same thing. You have to be keep saying offbeat or unbeaten places you must beat. You have to be different. You have to be creative. You have to be ahead of the harmony curve. You have to be different. Original. Your style should be what is yours. If somebody listens to you, oh, yeah, this is DrTPS. You must be able to tell that. You have to become the most advanced, unique. That's what is original. Your originality is your unique. And definitely, yes, you must keep in tag with the technology. You have to be imaginative. Not necessarily highly discovery style. Not necessarily innovative. Though the term is used innovative commonly, everybody cannot be innovative. You must be able to slightly improvise your teaching. So improvisation is must. And more than that, you must inspire people. And you have to be resourceful. Unless you have resources, you cannot do all this. And you have to your own path. That means you are pioneering. State of art, knowledge and technology. And make the change. I know when I come to Punjab, this college, I know I should not ask people to show their faces. Because every time I have seen only your name and tag, you can disappear or you don't have to appear. Something different is, yeah, I keep scolding, but you are not changing, so nothing can be done. I know there are many new people, but the first day, second day is like this, the last day will be more worse than this. Right? So change has to happen from the teachers. If teachers are like this, I don't know how your students appear in front of you with no faces, how do you make your, even the technology allows you to hide. That is what it shows generally. I am so happy that Arati showed her face now. This is a style. See, I left my job of scientist and becoming teacher because I can interact with the people, and I am seeing only faces and tags. That means I can also display a lot of faces like this or name tag like this and keep on lecturing, right? Unless there are somebody who really show the face, how does it look good if I don't show my face and only my sound comes? No.
Absolutely, sir.
This happens only when it becomes student centric. The teacher shows the face, on it is teacher centric. What is innovative improvised teaching? When it is not teacher's face which is more important, it's the student's face which is more important. The performer is not the teacher, it is not the teaching classroom, it is the learning classroom. If learning classroom is not there, teachers are useless. Many people ask, I handle mathematics. I said, why should you handle mathematics? I am a mathematician. I ask in mathematics teachers, what do you do? I take mathematics. I didn't take mathematics, you give mathematics. See, it's always attracting to you, that's more important. Finished my syllabus. What is the purpose of finishing the syllabus? How much your children learned is more important. If that doesn't happen, the teachers are the most cruel animal in the world. So my job is not to finish 20 minutes of talk. Already 20-25 minutes gone. Dr. Nanda Kishore must have grabbed my biodata from somewhere. I love my children who wrote this for me when they were creating the website. Right? If I would have asked, I remember when Tripta asked, I only had sent my visiting card and said, this is good enough. This is my introduction. It's only 2 lines or 3 lines maximum. It is important that not who is talking. It is important that after the end of the session, what is your takeaway? Am I able to make a clear rational change in my class? Is it that what the description which I am giving makes a change in the achiever, not the giver? The clear analysis of understanding the word by word, sentence by sentence which I am using, does it give an objective and scope of what DrTPS is trying to do here? What is my strategy for promoting the ownership of knowledge, not by me, the promoting the ownership of knowledge to the listeners? And what is the evaluation pattern which I have? Evaluation pattern is not the attendance and then the questions. Oh, fill up a form and you get a certificate. Yeah, you attended a program. It's like any certificate which you are giving today. And every program in this world has become like that. Especially in India. Entirely different in other parts of the world. That's why we don't believe our own system. After 10th class, 11th class, 12th class, you want to enter in some professional colleges, they conduct examination again. Why? You don't believe your own CBSE, you don't believe your own state syllabus. You don't believe your own school education. That's what it shows. Who made this unbelievable system which is paying huge? Yesterday I heard most of the discussions are on payment, recognition and such blah 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 blah. I think education teachers are the only producers. If you believe that you are producing a product, the evaluation is done by the producer themselves, but not by the society. There was only one place where it has been done by Chandrababu Naidu when he was Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and next term he lost his election. He said teachers will be paid only when their students are being evaluated by. Assume that you have +1, +2 students, you prepared mathematics stream or science stream, and then they appear for entrance examination, all India level, and none of your students have passed. Pay back all your salary what you already paid, because you have not prepared anybody for the examination, right? You are not prepared your children for an upper grade education. That means you are a failure. Don't blame the background of the children. That is because earlier traditional teachers training program was focused for making students to fit for a factory, for maybe administration in the British government rule. But now we want engineers. So your education system should become oriented towards teaching children for that purpose. That means every teacher should know what is different branch of engineering, what is it happening there. If you are not upgrading yourself, you are not updating yourself, you are not addressing the creativity that applies the methods and the content which today's world require. Don't blame the syllabus, don't blame the system. As a teacher, how much knowledge you have about what is happening around the world, because you are preparing your students for that purpose. When you do that, you are an innovative teacher, and then automatically your teaching style will get involved in many creative processes. Most of the teachers believe that they have a degree and they learned history, finished. They don't have to learn anything now, because they are teaching history. History is past and I know what is history. Why should I learn something new? See how the history of yesterday create a base for tomorrow's future. Otherwise all the history teaching becomes useless. And geography was taught by teachers, but how many of the geography teachers know how Google Maps are created? That is geography of today. How GPS is working, how satellite process is happening. If I must have taught maximum number of geography teachers in this country, I'll tell you. Though I am a mathematician, I love geography teachers because that is the most applied science in the world. That's what I keep saying. Any competitive exams, geography is asked. So I keep saying all the teachers of high school, geography teachers are good. Geography represents history, history represents economics, economics and history represents civics. And that controls the country, therefore it controls the science and technology of the country. I can speak on these subjects because I live with those people who uses their knowledge around this world. If teachers are not upgraded with that, then you are never innovative. So don't learn innovative teaching. It is you have to become innovative by understanding the objective and scope of your teaching. Where are my product going tomorrow? Where are my students going tomorrow? What is that capacity which I have to make in them so that they will become competitive in this world? Then your classroom becomes student-centered classroom. And relate your subject with that requirement and objective and scope. Connect them. You are a bridge, that's it. Syllabus is not required. Yesterday, one of the students told me, her parent asked me that they wanted to come and meet me because they are not doing well. And that student is in 10th class attending tuitions. I said, ask that student to talk to me now. No, she isn't attending tuitions. Said they have a teacher, not one. If there are 5 subjects, 5 teachers. And they have a vice principal, principal, all the people in the hierarchy. Pandora people are there. And for whole 9 years, in 9th class means up to 9 years, they must have seen 20 teachers. And there are tuition teachers for most of the subjects. And an unknown person who met 2.5 years back on a general public program. The mother, with somebody's recommendation, talks to me saying that I wanted to meet you because my student is not going to score good marks. And I said, if you think that I interact with the student for half an hour is good enough to gain good marks. Yeah, they strongly believe yes. I said, I don't want to talk to anybody who don't know me. If the student knows me, then I can talk to. There are a lot of videos. Look at it. How to learn and how to prepare for exams. There is a beautiful blog which must have seen by lakhs of students in this country. 30 points to students and 20 points to parents and teachers. DrTPS. How to prepare for exams, how to make studies perfectly easier. Ask the student to read that and come back to me. Then the student will know, oh, I am going to talk to such a person who can make my life easier. Go to YouTube and look at how to prepare for higher studies, how to prepare for maths exam, physics examination, Hindi, English. Subject wise, you can look at DrTPS grade 10, 10th class, put the subject and then see. I must have taught all these subjects to different bunch of students to show as example how to learn these subjects. Then evening I got a message saying, yeah, I want to talk to you. The student spoke to me. I took few minutes of time to brief as I generally do. And then I said, tomorrow I am going to talk to you by tomorrow morning and today night. You can prepare, but 3 o'clock I am going to talk to you. You select the most difficult 3 chapters from the most difficult papers which you have. So she selected something from maths, something from chemistry and something from history. I said, these 3 chapters, you study, prepare well. I am going to talk to you at 3 o'clock. But I will ask you a lot of questions and you have to teach me. 3 o'clock I got a message, exactly 3 o'clock, may I call you? I replied asking, did you study those chapters? Yeah. Now how much, and before the morning, the previous day I asked how much knowledge you have on each of this topic. And she put a percentage, you have got 20%, 10%, 30% like that, but not 100%. Each chapter wise I asked. And these 3 chapters were less than 10%. So 3 o'clock when she wanted to call me, I asked how much percentage of knowledge you have in these 3 chapters now. She said, I have 80%. I said, you don't require a teacher, you can learn yourself. I did not teach. It is very simple. Every student will become really good if teachers don't teach them. The more you teach, they learn less. If you don't teach, idea is not to teach. The idea is the student must learn. And you must know whether the student have the capacity. Assume that even at 3 o'clock when she calls me and I say that, or she is telling that she is not able to get 80% of knowledge, then I must invest time for making it good. I must explain. If that student can learn themselves, why should I explain and waste my time and their time? If somebody can understand the subject 80%, I think if they read 2 times or 3 times, they understand 100%. Even if you teach many number of times, even the best teachers in this world, they will not be able to learn that much. Because learning is an internal process. Teaching is an external process which you are giving, but they are not taking. There is no point in giving to someone, they don't take it. So more so in this technology world, because there are plenty good teachers available on any topic. You can go and Google, you get beautiful lectures from international lectures. Most of the teachers don't know that there are beautiful lectures, simulations, animations, explaining everything is available on YouTube. I learn even today any subject which I want to learn. The other day somebody wanted to talk they wanted my talk on philosophy. I was thinking how philosophy is being taught in great schools like Cambridge. I never looked at it. Only last month I just looked at it because somebody wanted me to talk on philosophy in a university in Delhi. I must know how it is being taught in Cambridge. And I found that it's entirely different from the way the blah 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 is done in the classrooms is in India. And that is how you gain. There is a great saying by Nani's principle. I wrote a book on adaptive learning 15 years back. How to use technology for teaching was written by me 15 years back when I became a student in JNU on adaptive learning, multimedia learning. When I became a director of academic staff college, first thing what I did is I went to JNU for a one month program in which 13 days was spent by an MIT professor to teach adaptive learning. After that I wrote a book on adaptive learning. It's there I learned that Nani's principle, how to gain attention, how to grab attention. If a teacher is going to tell all the time, please listen, please listen, please listen, that's what the maximum number of teachers do in the classroom. That means the students are not attending your words. You are a beggar in the class. You are not gaining attention. What Gnane says, the first role is gain attention. Inform learners the objective. I already told you the objective and scope. And do all the prior learning job. Syllabus is available, textbook is available. Ask your students to learn and then come and sit in the class. Ask questions. Then you can say, oh, this is the content which I am going to speak. And guide them. Guide them through this. And make them to practice. Give a feedback. The feedback is not asking some question and then getting an answer what you want. No. If students can ask a question related to the topic which you dealt already, that means they have listened. To ask question, they must listen. And you should provide something which is above, out, beyond, limitless knowledge other than what is covered in the syllabus. And give a real performance evaluation. Not by marks with the answers written. Then what they retain, the retention power will improve. There are a lot of Nane's 9 principles are good enough to become an innovative teacher in this world. And understand your students traditionally was good enough if they get a job in the neighboring city. But today you have to send them across the globe. Globally competitive. So you are going to create students who can travel across the globe to different places. You go to any continent, any country in the world, there are students by DrTPS. I was looking at one of the FB posts 7 years back when I went to Satna. One of the students who was giving a milk in the neighbor's house where I was staying for a 1 week program I went. And their parents were telling that no, she is going to join for engineering. I said, which engineering? I applied in many engineering. I said, what is your interest? There is nothing called interest. Apply everywhere, whichever you get, you join. I said, I want to know what is your interest. And the parents said she draws things very nicely. She knows how to draw. That means you know how to look at things in a different angle. Standing there, I gave a pen and paper to her and asked her to draw what she is seeing. From that standpoint of view, what is she seeing? Exactly she could reproduce. It was twins. 2 kids were there. And they studied from grade 1, LKG to 12th class in same class. Sitting together, twins. They were worried now they had to go to 2 different streams because they may get in 2 different engineering colleges, 2 different streams. I said, leave it. If you don't join anywhere today, no problem. But if you can draw this, and the drawing was so beautiful, only the parents said that she can draw, that's it. I gave an assignment of drawing. And I found that she can draw panoramic views of different things so fast. A rough only I asked. I said, your subject is not electronics, not computer science. You have to go for B.Arc. They never heard of B.Arc. It's in such a remote small village in Satna. They never heard about B.Arc 7 years back. I said, have you applied for B.Arc exam? She said, no. I said, now there is a college starting in so and so place in Kerala. And they are from Kerala originally, but shifted to Madhya Pradesh. So I said, you go there, you will get an admission. The other day I went to one of the universities here. I saw one teacher there. I was talking to her. And she said she was a teacher in that B.Arc college. Immediately asked, I have 2 students there who are twins. Do you remember them? Yeah, I remember. And it is today, 28th January, I got the 7 years back posting because Facebook will give you that old memories. Exactly 7 years back. And the posting says, it is DrTPS who made us architects. We are studying in architect today. So as a teacher, you are not able to guide your children. I am not looking at what I did. I am looking at the 12 years they studied in a school and they passed 12th class. Teachers are not able to guide them. Looking at what is that they are good at. You write all entrance exam, get wherever you want, go and become what you want. That is not the job of teachers. Teachers are mentors. Teachers are directors. Don't invest your time in looking at syllabus and teaching. Invest your time in looking at what the world require and where your students have to go. And then I'm sure you will have the satisfaction that, oh, I made 10 of my students the best in the world. It is not 30 years of service of completing syllabus and getting your salary. It is at least 10 children in your hand who says, yeah, my student is president now. My student is prime minister now. My student is judge now. My student is a film actor now. My student is an architect now. I made them. They came to me and asked questions and I guided them. Do you have that credit of telling that? Otherwise, you're all mediocres. Low-level teachers, I will tell you. That is what is called the deeper learning. What is that deep inside that society? What is that is required? That's why I keep saying it is not physical, emotional, intellectual, social and spiritual. Fivefold development which will have in you, then you have a holistic view. And that holistic view will take you not the surface vibrations. You go deep inside. And everything what you do becomes a motivation. And then you become an acharya. Yadyata jarati srashta tattadevetharochana sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartade. Seeing you, people will think, oh, I also want to become like him. It is not important what you teach. Assume some students are not able to understand the way you are teaching. Doesn't matter. You uplift your students so that they will come to your level. Or teach them in such a fashion, they come to your level and then you teach your level. But you are in a lower level, waste anyway. Whatever you do is waste. So if somebody says, I don't understand what you are saying, very good. Invest some more time. If a child can't understand your teaching, and if they are not performing well in examination, not you conduct it, everybody conducts in this world, anybody can conduct examination and they are not able to get to that standard, what you should do? Change the way in which you are teaching and lift them to the level and you also improve by doing it. Then you will never become a normal teacher. You will have a lot of activity because it is not that what you do becomes a routine reading. It becomes an interactive program. It's a cycle because you are asking something to the teachers and then they are not able to get, students are not able to get, teachers are not able to get answer. You investigate. It is not that every question from A to Z is with you. You have to create problems in the class where you cannot answer. And flip the classroom. You be a student and that your students become a teacher. Sometimes the young generation knows much better than what the elderly generation knows. So don't teach your students. Attempt to provide them a situation where they can learn themselves. So I always believe teaching maths, physics, chemistry, biology or any subject is not important. What is more important is making your students to learn all these subjects by themselves. We are not teaching them cycling on this road and this road and this road. The idea is to teach them cycling so that they can cycle in whatever road they want. The idea is not to make them swimming in one swimming pool which you created. Teach them swimming so that you put in whichever water they know how to swim. So teaching maths, physics, chemistry, all these are good. But if you don't teach them how to learn, that is why we have students even after 12th they go for entrance examination coaching center. After B.Tech they go for entrance examination. After MBBS they go for entrance examination. After graduation for IAS also coaching centers. The coaching and tuition centers investment is more than 10 times than what is being invested in the normal classroom education in India. See the pity. See the pity. Your degree certificates are useless. Whatever certificate you give you is useless because it is not equipping them to get into the best colleges. IITs, no, your students can't reach unless they go for a coaching center. Is it not shame when you feed your children from your home, but they are not satisfied, they go to a hotel and eat again? Then why as a parent you are cooking and feeding your children? Same style. If your students are not able to get that confidence of learning themselves after 12th class, whatever subject they want, that means you have not done the job of making them to become learners. So innovation is not in the teaching process. Though we call it innovative teaching, the innovative teaching process should make your students innovative learners. That's why it is called adaptive learning and teaching. You have to become adapted to the students so that they can learn whatever they want in the style in which they wanted to learn. I think I have only this much to say. You could ask me any questions. If at all somebody's face can be shown. If you are too ugly, don't show your face.
Sir, good evening. My name is Aarti.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir,
Wait, Aarti, one correction. One word which I don't like to address Dr. TPS is the word sir. As teacher, you must understand the word sir came from Britishers and we don't like them. Mahatma Gandhi never wanted to call him as sir because he said, don't call me sir. The sir was a title given to Indians by the Britishers, and stupid people, even today after 75 years, we keep feeling great when somebody calls us sir. I feel ashamed of myself being addressed as sir. I am Dr. TPS.
okay. Dr. TPS,
Yeah.
what my takeaway from your session is to gain attention, to ask children to learn and then come to the class.
Yes.
Interest, to know the interest of the students.
Wonderful.
Okay, now I will, it is all what you have said. You have said many good things and I appreciate. But when it comes to the practical ground,
Yeah.
I am not a teacher. I have never taught anybody. I mean, I'm not at all a teacher, right? But when it comes to the practical ground, then our system, like if you are saying a teacher has to give, a teacher has that innovative way of making the things understand to the students, right, sir? But a teacher is so occupied with the not only the teaching job but the other activities happening in the school. His or her attention is not only for the, like if I have not completed my say for example, I have not completed my syllabus on time, right, then it is a problematic thing again. Then your higher people, the teacher, above you, then they will say why you have not done that. So whatever you have said, it makes sense, but in this particular system, our educational system, is it really practically possible? Whatever sounds really good, whatever you said is really, you always want to hear such good things, but when it comes to the practical implementation, is it really happening? We can really do this. Because there are, per se, 40 students, we have one teacher. If I'm talking about the normal government schools, for 40, on an average, 40 teacher, we have so for 40 children, we have one teacher. So is it really possible that one teacher can actually take care of those 40 students in that given 45 minutes of time, which, for that one class? 45 minutes hardly, it is my question. If it is practically implementation thing, or it is just, I'm sorry if I'll be little harsh on this.
Arati, I am from a small village in Kerala where the school is owned by my family. Pathetically, all the people who don't get any other job are teachers in my school. Because we guarantee them a job, and the job is teaching job. And Kerala is such a place, the management can appoint teachers and government will pay the salary. It's a beautiful system. Unfortunately, I did not become a teacher there. My passion was teaching because all my relatives are teachers. So I am not talking from air without seeing a teacher in my life. But Arati said you are not a teacher, but you also said how to a teacher can control 40 students. Controlling 40 students in a LKG is difficult or 12th class is difficult, you tell me.
So LKG.
Okay. DrTPS have addressed 6,000 10th class examination children who are writing examination. 6,000 of them. No, not 6,000. 3,600 students. January 10th in Anandapur in 2010. Collected from 36 different schools, 100 students each. Without break, 6 hours I spoke to them. With full attention. Number 1. Give me 300 LKG children. Where are you from? Moga only or somewhere else, Arti?
No, sir. I'm from Dehradun, but
Yeah.
my husband is in Navy, so we are posted in Mumbai right now. I'm in Mumbai.
Wherever you are after COVID, you identify a small school nearby somewhere. There are 300 LKG or UKG or nursery combined, all the three. Give it to DrTPS. I will make them to sit idle. Without even telling them keep quiet, they will keep quiet. Controlling is not a problem. They will learn. They will learn. I will tell you. The difference is, I will tell you where is the difference. Now, I must have seen lot of teachers starting from KG to university. When I see a teacher, probably Arati must have been teaching in LKG. I will ask, tell me one nursery rhyme. Tell me one nursery rhyme, Arati. Which is most famous? Most famous.
Many.
No, most famous. Most famous. Everybody nursery rhyme means immediately that will come.
So twinkle, twinkle, little
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Now, Arati knows tinkle, tinkle. Your student also knows tinkle, tinkle. Right? Do Arati know little more than the student knows after they learn how to tinkle, tinkle singing? I will ask you a question. Who wrote Tinkle, Tinkle, Little Star?
Sir, I don't know.
This is what the problem. I tell you, in this country, you take all the nursery teachers and ask this question. 99.99 teachers don't know this answer. Do you think they can claim themselves they have knowledge more than the student or the parents?
Twinkle twinkle किसने लिखी है?
Understood? London Bridge is falling down. Where is London Bridge? Ask this question to teachers.
Yeah.
Where is London Bridge? Meenakshi, tell me where is London Bridge? Meenakshi,
Sir, is in London only?
it is not in London. You look at London Bridge, DrTPS. I have given a beautiful video telling that London Bridge is not in London. See, this is the knowledge which we have. LKG teacher, and you know, and Arati says every teacher is busier than Prime Minister of India. They don't have time at all. They are very busy in this world. This is one of the stupidest thing. The most laziest people will tell always they are the most busiest people. Because they don't have anything new to learn. They think that they know nursery rhyme. That's good enough. They don't have to ask questions by themselves. I keep asking, you need not know, but have you ever had this question? Who wrote Tinkle, Tinkle, Little Star? If you did not had that question, how can you be an innovative teacher? Yeah? How can you be called as a teacher? And how can this teacher's training program which you have got education, college, and you never asked this question? And what is the preparation required? This is the preparation which I want. When you go for a movie, don't you ask who is the director? Don't you ask who are the players? Who is the actor? Who is the actress? Where is it shooted? Which are all the songs? Do you require an extra time to prepare for that? Without preparing, without knowing the cinema's name, will you go and sit in a cinema theater or will you switch on the TV and see a movie without seeing what is the title of the movie? Immediately when the actress comes, you will see the history and life story of those people. But you never asked this question when the Tinkle Tinkle, who wrote this? Is it not a big crime?
Sir,
I am not blaming Arati, I am not blaming. I am saying this is how we are. Don't ask questions. Teachers always say keep quiet, keep quiet. I keep saying my students don't keep quiet, shout. I have got a grandma childcare program which is a highly innovative program. Grade 3 to age 3, the most ignorant people, they have not been taken care of in the online process. They are wasting their time. You know the psychological impact with these children is going to have in the future. This is the time when they socially is supposed to grow. You are in Kolaba, Arati? You are staying in Kolaba now?
Sir, I am in Ghatkopar.
Yeah, Ghatkopar. I stayed in Kolaba long years. I stayed in most of the Navy places. I was with the Combined Defense Services. I worked with the Puri.
You must be with DRDO, sir.
No, I am from Space Department, but I was with the Combined Defense Services for many of the strategic applications.
Okay.
So what is essentially required is, it doesn't matter. You have interest, you will find time. And don't tell me, out of 365 days, 200 days are only working for teachers. 165 days, no holiday. I am a scientist in Space Department. My wife is a director in Space Department. She can't come back home at before 8 o'clock. And tomorrow morning there is a meeting in Delhi. We have to travel for 3 a.m. The flight from Hyderabad airport is at 5 a.m. You have to land in Delhi and then finish your meetings and then come back and reach home at 1 a.m. Next day you cannot say 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock the next meeting starts. This is how we work. And the salary which is available for them and the teachers almost not different. Okay. Do you know that how much time a collector has to work? If a minister is coming, you have to go and stand in the railway station to receive him at midnight also. The most relaxed job is teacher's job. But only thing what you require is you need little bit of extra effort to find out what can be done. If that knowledge itself you don't want to acquire, how can you talk about, no policies can change this education system in India unless, I will tell you, all the teachers must write examinations on that topic which they teach in the classroom. If 12th class maths teacher is a maths teacher in 12th class, only when they pass 12th class maths in 100% mark, in the same speed as the students are writing. Can you guarantee this? I was teaching MBA. What I used to do is, when my students write examination, in the staff room, I will be writing the same paper. And when the students come to me saying after the examination, the exam was tough, I will tell you this is the answer sheet, to take it and read. I have written all the answers. Every teacher must test themselves. It is not that once you become a teacher, lifelong you can continue. Don't tell me you don't have time. Don't tell me it is hard to. You don't have to control students at all. You have to allow them to ask questions, interact. That's what is required. Yeah. Meenakshi wanted to ask something, or Arati is satisfied? You want to counter it? Most welcome.
Dr. TPS, I'm really appreciable your words, but the thing is, I'm sir myself Meenakshi,
Yeah.
and it's been 13-14 years I'm in this profession in teaching, and I handled many kinds of students, but sir, as Aarti said, that it is when we come practical ground, it is not possible, sir. Many problems come, like sir, some students they don't have their good handwriting, they are not reading good in reading, so there are many things, LSR reading, LSRW problems, so we have to handle all these things together. So we it is very difficult to handle all these things. So I just want to ask, is it possible to sir, see, and we have many pressure, with many kind of pressure from school, HM, principal, we have to cover up our syllabus on time, everything. But still, sir, we always do our best, but still, sir, some problems we always face. So do you agree with this?
Yeah,
or
Meenakshi, don't think that Dr. TPS is here to blame all the teachers and scold them. Okay, number one. Number two.
No, sir.
No, I'll tell you. There is a problem in the system. What happens today, if I keep comparing a teacher as a doctor, right? If somebody comes with a disease to a doctor, what the doctor does, they do all the testing, they do the examination, and then test and find out there is some problem in the parameters. Then they give substitute medicines or give some prescription, to rectify the problems, again do a testing and see everything is perfect, then discharge from the hospital. I keep saying teachers also conduct a test and examination. The problem is with all the disease they will discharge and pass them to the next grade. Got it? I had a student when I went to one of the colleges. Don't think that DrTPS have no interaction with the students and teachers. I have interacted with more than millions of students and millions of teachers. Improve Meenakshi, if anybody wanted to improve their handwriting, it takes only half an hour for me. I keep in the chest in the chamber of my almara, I keep one book which is my brother's teaching notes which he has wrote 50 years back when he was a teacher. Because of the beauty of the way he has written the class, the teaching notes he used to prepare, and when he writes G, he will write in the printing style G only. This is how he writes, right? And he writes everything like a printing stage. Beautiful. Sincerely, he is not with me now. I keep it in the chamber of my... And he was a zoology teacher, so he used to draw beautifully. And he wrote the books, the zoology books. When I went to one of the colleges with my Walk with a Scholar program, Walk with a Scholar program is the students can interact with a scholar. In Kerala, that was a government program. I went there in one of the colleges. One girl came and told me, she was very active. In fact, she was a graduate student. I lifted her and then took some 3 rounds and then put her, and she was feeling like chakkar and she has fallen on the ground. It was, I play with children like that, right? They're all like my daughters, my granddaughters. That's how I deal with my students. And she said, this is my most memorable day in my life, but this is my last day in the college. I've been thrown out from the zoology class because my handwriting is bad. Because all the records, she gets very less marks and she's going to fail. And her father found a different course in a different college after 2 years of graduation study in zoology or botany. One of that, I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
I told her, next week I have got a 10 days camp in my house, come and attend that. As she came, I opened the almara and then took that my brother's book and then said, this is my brother's handbook, handwritten book. You go to that copying machine, take Xerox of at least 3-4 pages. And she found same syllabus I am learning now, because he was also teaching zoology. She is also learning zoology or botany because they have got a subsidiary subject. She said, not one page, I will Xerox the whole thing. I said, you Xerox the whole thing and then do it. The photocopied the whole thing. And I said, your task is sit in a place and the camp, your job is half day you have. Change your handwriting to that what my brother used to write. I gave some small tricks. There are small tricks for changing it. It took a half an hour for me. If you learn this style, then you can do as my brother is doing. And she went back to the college after 10 days of camp. She did not attend 10 days. After 3-4 days, she went back and she continued BSc. And after 2 years, she used to send me all the posters written in the notice board. Everything is written by her because her handwriting was the best handwriting in the whole college. You send me the worst student and I will tell what is the method to improve. Let that be in maths, let that be in physics, let that be in chemistry. Let that be in... See, it is not very difficult to invest some time. Diagnosis have to be done. But if you are trying to say that I am a doctor who is too busy, I don't have time to look at any of the patients, why do you have to become a doctor? Got it? Every person you are in front of you are not having severe diseases. You have to identify 1 or 2 people who may have a severe problem. How many times you will change the seats of your children? See, I keep saying, I'll tell you, when I told, people have to learn subject and then come. This is true even with the KG to PG. I went to America 2 years back.
Yeah.
I was conducting a camp. We have children from maybe age 6 to 16. Because it's a youth camp. Young children also want to attend. That anybody can attend. How do you handle from 6 age to 16 age? I am not handling, first of all. They handle me, but I will be with them to play with them. One contract which all the parents in the America, you know what is the complaint? My daughter is a Punjabi girl, but she don't know how to write Punjabi. My son is a Gujarati boy, but he don't know how to write Gujarati. They take great pride of saying their mother tongue is not taught to them because they have taken birth in America and all that. Fine. I said, don't worry. In 3 days, I am going to make them to write in their mother tongue. They asked a question, do you know all these languages? You know the whole India from Kashmir to Kerala and Gujarat to Bangla students are there. Do you think I can teach all of them the whole mother tongue writing? I said, no, I am not going to do all of that. But in 3 days, they will all learn how to write at least their name, their parents' name, their place name, and all their colleagues' name. If there are 30 children, they all write their colleagues' name. The whole alphabet is learned, right? The first day what I did is I asked all of them to write these details and then take home. Ask your parents to teach you how to write in your mother tongue. It is their parents also know how to write, but they tried. They never did it sincerely. Why you want to learn? Because that was on Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, fourth day. Fourth day morning, Tribune newspaper fellow is coming. And those who can write in their mother tongue, I have a white board, these children will write. Tribune fellow will take your picture and it will be seen in the newspaper on Thursday morning. How many students want this opportunity to write in your mother tongue, learn from home and come? Finished. Everybody learned in 3 days. Which they could not teach up to 12th class, 16 years they were there. They had this intention. I want my students to do it. I want my students to do it. I want my students to do it. But intention is there, but activity is not there. See, I'll tell you, no lion will open the cave and ask the deer to come so that I can eat. The lion will hunt. Correct? So if there is a objective and scope, in my presentation I only told objective and scope. You must understand this is my objective and scope. I will tell you, Meenakshi will be remembered by all your students in life, throughout life. I am sure Meenakshi cannot forget Dr. TPS now.
Sir, I can.
Arati cannot forget Dr. TPS. Tripta only heard me once. She kept on calling me on most of the programs. Is it that because there is no other buffalo available in this country?
Sir, it is always a bliss to listen to you.
You have to be different.
Yes, exactly.
You have to show your footprint. That is what we want from our student. Right? My son. See, I am a doctor, Dr. TPS. My wife is a doctor, Dr. P.V. Radha Devi. My son is a doctor, Dr. Harikrishnan in social science. Today, 26th January, today only I got the message. My second son is also a doctor in nuclear physics. So 2 sons, father, mother, 4 of us are doctors now in this house. All of us are PhDs. Okay. One in social science, another one in nuclear physics. It doesn't matter which subject. And what do I love to teach? I am a poet. I love to teach probably poetry than anything else. Today also I wrote a poetry for an international competition. And I'm sure I got a great appreciation saying that now we have a blue paper which is the sky and red sun is showing different colors for you to take the palette and then brush your sky. That's the poetry. Look at Dr. TPS poems. You will enjoy reading it. You heard Kalam, right? K-A-L-A-M, Kalam.
Yes.
I have a beautiful poetry on Kalam here. Do you know when you rewrite it in the reverse order, it becomes Malak. M-A-L-A-K, Malak. Have you seen the meaning of Malak in a dictionary? Look at Hebrew, it means different. Hebrew is the language of Christians. And Arabic, it means different. And these two together is the title of my talk, my poetry. My Malak to Kalam, the Malak. My Malak to Kalam, the Malak. The first Malak is the decoration for you, my Kalam. The Malak. Malak means angel. Hebrew, it means angel. In Arabic, it means the decoration. As a poet, you can be creative. When do you learn this? When do you learn this? I learned it in my childhood. When I go back to my native today from Hyderabad, I go to Kerala for 1 day or 2 days. You know who will come and meet me in my house? My teachers who taught me during my school days. Because they are proud of a student like me. And who are they? They are high innovative teachers. I will tell you. I learned this from my science teacher, who taught me to how to make a square out of 4 scales. This is a Chinese 1 feet scale. You know, this is 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet. What is the perimeter of a square? 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 4 feet. You don't have to learn. You are seeing it. Are you not seeing? Are you learning or seeing?
4 into side, sir.
Yeah, you are seeing. No, you are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 feet is for the perimeter. Now the same perimeter will not go through you because your perimeter is bigger than 4 feet. But then I can make a circle out of it. Just tilt it and make a circle. Did you teach your students like this anytime? And then you can pass it through because the perimeter of a circle is entirely different from the perimeter of a square. Have you learned it like this anytime?
No, never.
This is innovative
Never,
teaching.
sir.
This is innovative teaching. Science can be highly innovative. Got it? The air circulation gives you sound. You don't have to learn it. A small student can take the top of a whistle and then sound has come. So when a air passes through small nozzle, the sound will come. Don't you think the children will start making noise in the class and learning physics? Very simple, Amma. It is very simple. Learning becomes so simple and interesting. And even if you get the highest degree of MTech, you don't understand mechanical engineering. So learning is not important. Understanding is important. You know what did I say? Even if you learn MTech, you don't understand the subject. Understanding is more important. I am a psychologist. I understand the people's mind. That's what I am saying. It has to come from not from the buddhi. DrTPS is not teaching from buddhi. My brain is not working when I am talking. It comes from my heart. So don't tell your children don't learn by heart. Ask them to learn by heart. Heart is interest, feeling, enjoyment. Either you should hate maths or you should love maths. If somebody hates maths, bring it to me. I will make them to love maths. So simple.
Sir, please share your numbers.
You just type Dr. DrTPS. Teachers, parents and students. TPS stands for teachers, parents and students.
Wow.
Top police service because I was a police. Temperature, pressure second because I was a scientist.
Wow, sir. Really appreciable. Very nice, sir.
Sir, whatever we have discussed,
Yeah.
whatever we have discussed, it was for the normal children, right? Matlab, do you have anything for the special? I don't know. I may asking this out of context, but do you have any? If I ask something about the special child or things needed for the special child, anything related to the special education or anything.
Plenty.
Are you
Plenty.
okay with it?
Plenty of children come to me. There are children who have got stammering problem. They have children, their brain is not working. I had a patient. I am a psychotherapist. Half brain was cut.
So I have a son. I don't want to say this. I have a son. He's
No,
7 years old.
Arati, take my
And
number.
he's
Arati, take my number. We will have. Take my number. Contact me. We will have a Google Meet any point of time. We will see what can be done. Okay. DrTPS 944 74
Sir.
944 74
Yes.
37
Yes.
948.
Okay, sir.
And 100 meters away from the place where I am talking to you now, is NIMH, National Institute of Mentally Handicapped in Hyderabad. We share the same compound wall.
I'm aware of it, sir. Yes.
My compound wall is the compound wall for NIMH.
So I have many friends in Hyderabad, sir.
Yeah.
I lived in Visakhapatnam for good 4 or 5 years, so I have many Telugu friends. I mean, yeah, yes.
I am staying in the army area only.
Okay.
I am in the cantonment. Though I left my job, my wife is still in the job. So I am in the government quarters in the cantonment.
Sir, which kind of medicine do you give for those children who learn and then they forget?
See, I will tell you, is there anybody who remembers their mother name, father name by repeating many times? Eh? Do they call their father and mother by name?
No.
No. Then how do they remember? See, you must love or hate. This is what I said. 2 things only make you to remember people name. If you hate DrTPS, you will always remember name. If you love DrTPS, sometime you will remember my name. Right? So I keep saying, see, when you learn, you tell me which subject in which class you teach. I will tell you how to remember.
Sir,
Tell me which subject is difficult to remember. You tell me in which subject it is very difficult to remember. I will make it so simple.
Sir,
Again, sir, you don't remember what I said, I know.
DrTPS, chemistry.
Chemistry is very simple. What is that in chemistry? You take the table which is a logarithm table. You have in mathematics. You have a periodic table in chemistry. How do you make a periodic table? It has got a very specific place for each of the carbon elements, gases, metals. If you know the blocks, you know what is called blocks. If you know blocks in chemistry, then you know where it has to be placed. And there is a beautiful song to connect all the periodic table elements. Have you ever heard this song?
Yes.
I'm not properly, sir.
Yeah, no, don't say not properly. What you should do is go to YouTube, periodic table element songs. There will be at least 10 to 15 varieties of songs. Something may not be harmonious to you, but you look at which is more harmonious to you, learn that first. Then every element in the order of atomic number is what is in the sequence. Then you must know this is carbon compound, this is non-carbon compound. And what you should do is take a periodic table, give different colors and then color them separate. And your periodic table becomes so colorful, and everything around you, every element which you see, put inside that. Suppose you see the water bottle. Oh, this is steel. Steel is made out of A, B, C, D. Make it. Write it down. Now you go to kitchen, you have a glass top which says the hot tested glass. Earlier glass top was never coming for your kitchen oven, right? Now you have glass top also coming. How did they make the glass? You can see a small figure there which says how the compound is made. So from the kitchen also you can learn chemistry. Yesterday I was talking to a chemistry student in ISER, Indian Institute of Scientific Research Organization. We have only 5 and 1 in Bhubaneswar, Nizer. She was telling chemistry, I want to do higher studies. So I was talking about chemistry almost half an hour. And then she was telling, you are from chemistry? No, I never learned chemistry after my 10th class. But what you see around is chemistry in this world. So I guided her which specialization she has to take when she goes abroad for her masters. Because everything around is chemistry now. Polymer is chemistry, liquid, your display on the TV is chemistry, your paint is chemistry, your dust is chemistry, your specs is chemistry, the glass is chemistry, everything is chemistry. Don't you think the student will, oh, I asked the student after that, now how do you feel chemistry? Yeah, I want to learn a lot of things from chemistry. Chemistry becomes so interesting to them, no? Nobody need to teach. They will learn chemistry. And by the way, my cousin is one of the best chemists in India. He finished his PhD from Princeton University and postdoctorate from that university where Einstein studied. See, you must understand, you must have the gallery of people who are in contact with you. My son studied in King's College and Imperial College where Madame Curie and Marie Curie studied. I am working in a institution where Kalam worked and great people like Sarabhai worked. You must have that, saying that, yeah, I want to see those people. You will remember. Many people have problem with remembering the date and the time, the names of people in history. So simple, no? Make it into a chart and then put to this. No, how do I remember history? I jokingly say, no? When I took birth in 1964, Nehru died. When 1984, when I joined my MSc, Indira Gandhi died. When I joined for my job, Rajiv Gandhi died. Easy to remember, right?
You are really multi-talented person.
You should relate with your life. Then it becomes easy for you, right? Correct. When was that Wrong brothers invented aircraft?
Wright brothers.
Wrong brothers.
No, it was Wright
brothers.
It was wrong brothers. It was wrong brothers.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
See, if you tell like this, they will never forget that Wright brothers name. Number one. Number two, which is that year?
Sorry?
Which year?
I'm not sure. 1840s. I'm not sure.
1903. 1903. 8 years before that, India invented a aircraft and then has flown in Bombay. Chowpatty Beach. Dalapati. 8 years. So you know which year is that. So you are relating to Wright brothers and Wrong brothers. After that, it took 23 years to have a commercial flight. So you remember, it is 1926. See, you should relate to something to relate to something. It's very simple.
So really heads of you.
Dear participant, have any query more?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir,
I think Dr. DrTPS has elaborated. Yes, ma'am.
sir, the conversation was limited to the school education. Anything for teacher educators, sir?
See, whatever, that's what I said. If you know the objective and scope, my students are going to learn engineering. My students are going to become rulers. See, India or any country is ruled by 5 set of people. One is judges, legislation, administration, media, and people. And your job is to create these people good. There is Savidya and Avidya. 2 Vidyas are there. What is required for you to get earning? Avidya. What is required to become a good social being? Being human being. Being social being. How to become that? That require good communication skill. Communication skill is not listening. Communication skill is how to interact and create network. And if you can learn that, you are a social being. If teachers don't do that, if teachers don't teach this to your students who are teacher educators, how are they going to implement this in their classroom? So every classroom should be interaction, communication. That is most important. If you don't communicate to people, you are a useless teacher. You don't make your children to ask questions, improve their curiosity. Quest should come. Don't make questions. Quest. Make the children to have quest. Zeal for learning. And then I am sure whatever they learn will become an extra bonus. Those 2 teachers will go and implement it. I have got students of mine who learned the method of teaching from me and implemented it thoroughly in their classrooms. They keep saying, we remember you, and then teach in my classroom. That's what is to be done. Your all nursery, LKG, UKG classes should be dance and learning. That is why we have a new NEP up to 3rd class, grade 3. That means almost 4 years, nursery, LKG, UKG, and grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. 6 years of learning has to be fully entertainment. Totally informal. No formal education at all. Not textbook education. Actually, there is up to 8th grade. You cannot even call. You look at DrTPS CBSE. I've actually made fun of CBSE schools who say primary school in UPSC. Not at all. So all the teachers must understand our aim is not to complete syllabus. There is no syllabus at all. Syllabus comes only from 9th class. CBSC. It is only from 9th class above. CBSE wants up to 8th class free learning. That is what is to be done. See some beautiful movies. All the teachers must see the movie called De-Schooling. A series of De-Schooling. You don't require schools at all. Do you know who created the UGC, University Grants Commission in India? Anybody? Who was the first education minister of India?
De-Schooling.
Yeah, De-Schooling. The movie name is De-Schooling, and there is a beautiful book which is referred in that movie, which is written by Hope, H-O-P-E. H-O-P-E, Hope.
Dr. Kumar, de-schooling is related with Ivan Ilyin.
Yeah, that's what. I am asking who was the first education minister of India? Yeah. You are close to that. Everybody needs to.
राष्ट्रपति जो थे हमारे जो जाकिर हुसैन.
No.
जाकिर हुसैन.
No. He was very close to Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, and there is a great blame on Congress people saying that they wanted this Muslim close to them because they want another Muslim to fight against Jinnah, and he got prominence. Okay, if I give you the answer, finished. You are all curious now. That is what a teacher has to do. Ask question, don't give answer. Find out yourself. Okay, my question is not that. Actually, my question is not to find out that. I used it as an opportunity now. That's it. I wanted to give an information to you. Our first education minister never went to schools. He was self-taught and he was taught in his own house. And he is not an Indian. His connection is Bangladesh and Iraq, Saudi Arabia. His father is from Saudi Arabia, mother is from Bangladesh, I think. Can you imagine? India is a country where our education minister is not school educated. And we want every children in this world to become school educated. If they don't get into schools, then finished. And that De-School movie will tell you how important is school education. It is not at all important. We want schools because parents are not educated. The time parents becomes educated, we believe the system has nothing great to do. Actually, what is to be done? The teacher should become the parents for students, and the parents should become teachers. Both should happen together. So it is a tripod. The learning doesn't happen. L-I-F-E. Life is live in full enjoyment. Don't make your students' life so struggling, because their best time in life is this childhood. So don't harass them. Learn in full enjoyment. Live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. Learning is an investment for future earning. So don't look at your students in front of you as students, children. They are tomorrow's great citizens who may become a judge, who may become a politician, who may become an actor. Look at them in that mode and then encourage them. This is what a teacher is supposed to do. When I teach teachers, I must have taught many B.Ed, M.Ed teachers and plenty of them. I don't consider each one of them as teacher students. I will tell them, you are tomorrow's principal of one college. You are tomorrow's principal of a great school. And you are there. And that is why DrTPS, I don't even have a day's free. My students are only calling me for classes every time. That is because my students are now heading many of the institutions. So don't look at your students as students. Teacher, education, college, teachers. Look at your students as tomorrow's principals, tomorrow's headmasters, headmistresses. Empower them to become that. That is why I said objective and scope. Where are they going? Treat them as higher. Don't treat them as lower. If you think your students are much better than higher than you don't teach them. You tell them, learn yourself and come back and ask me questions. And if you cannot answer, nothing wrong. I always believe that when I go for seminars like this, without preparation, blah, 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 like this, I go. Actually, I remembered this only when I saw this in the lunchtime. I was supposed to go for a booster injection. My wife got an appointment. She was calling me. I said, oh, I remember I have got 4 o'clock one session now. Right? How courageously I am talking like this? That is because I have done this many times. And I believe if anybody can ask me one question which I don't answer, and that is my best day in my life. Every teacher should feel that. I must have my students, my listeners in front of me who is asking difficult question. I did it when I was a student.
So then you are Sadguru number 2.
No, don't compare with such people who don't quote anything from the root. I am from the root of. Tell me if I don't quote. See, what is Vidya? What is Vidya? Vidya is which you have the parampara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Brahma is the Guru. Who is the Brahma? Brahma is the God of creativity. When Arati says I am second with some SAD Guru, actually you are demoralizing me. Okay. I belong to a tradition which is from Himalayan tradition. I am from a Swami Rama's tradition. I have got a guru called Swami Rama. I keep his book beside me all the time. And I have not seen anybody better than him in my life. Okay, the person whom you referred, I saw him in hotel sitting beside me sometime to have a chat. And we debate each other on many things. It is not quoting from some English textbooks makes you a SAD guru in India, I'll tell you. You have to go to the roots. And this Guru Swami Rama, Kolhapur, Kanchi Kamakoti Mutt, he resigned saying, I don't want to be the Mutt Guru because I want to teach. And this is living with Himalayan masters. If at all you want to know the Indian tradition of spirituality, read this book. Don't miss this. Living with Himalayan masters, Swami Rama. I keep not one copy, multiple copies because I keep gifting this to people. My guru is, in Vedic style, my guru is Swami Rama in the meditation. No, we don't call it meditation, it is called Samadhi. Meditation is a new learn. DrTPS meditation, look at it. Then you will learn a different style of silence method. Then my Vedic tradition is learned by me from the Vedic Pandit Brahmasri KPC Anujan Bhattadripad, which Dr. Nand Kishore had a trouble in pronouncing it and reading it. And his guru is Maharishi Mahayogi. So Maharishi Mahayogi, my guru was Maharishi Mahayogi's guru. Got it? Look at who is Maharishi Mahayogi. So Arati, what is required in life is to don't go behind fame. Go behind people with whom you can converse, discuss, understand, learn from Guru Mukham. Guru Mukham is have a dialogue. Yadyada jaradisrashta tattadevetaro jana sayat pramanam gurude logastadanuvartade. Seeing him, you must know, I must also not talk like him, live like him, learn like him, understand like him. What is required in life is to have that ability to learn. If you have ability to learn, you have dignity. If you don't have dignity, you will find difficulty in different places. Okay. The person whom you referred, type his name with the SPYSS. Then you will see that where did he learn his trick. Mahatma Gandhi's medical doctor was Dinesh K. Mehta. And there is a beautiful book called Law of Health. Read this. If you understand education, don't read new education policy. First read Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan's education policy. And yesterday's lecture I just heard before entering here. It says university has to have multiple discipline. Is it something new or the traditional old one? It's a traditional old one. What we have done is we have made specialized universities and now multi-disciplined and then combined again. Same wine in the new bottle. Actually there is nothing new.
Coming back, sir.
Coming back. So one of the NEP lecture what I gave was, I gave a beautiful lecture on all Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan's policies. At the end, while Thanksgiving, the organizer said, Dr. TPS spoke nicely about NEP. I said, you are all fools. I never spoke about NEP. I only spoke about what was in India 70 years back. This is our problem. We don't implement. We keep talking. Now UNDP had a big policy. Everything is rewritten now into SDG, 17 goals. What is 17 goals of NEP? This is what I said now. Physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual. Whole fivefold development is SDG. Tomorrow I have a lecture on SDG. This is what I am going to speak. But I don't have to learn anything new because I have learned the root. When you are having the root with you, everything becomes simple for you. The problem is today we are building a big structure without the foundation. I have a strong foundation. That's my strength. So create that foundation in your children. That should be the aim of teachers. They will get certificates. That doesn't matter. They will get whatever they want. Okay. Enjoy. Enjoy you learning. Enjoy you teaching. And I don't care whether a lot of people are suffering here. But at least I know at least 4 or 5 people are enjoying. That's good enough for me. In your class also you should be like this. I have 400 children, that doesn't matter. 4 of them are with me, that's good enough.
Dr. TPS, really you elaborated thoroughly and nicely how we become good teacher. Right, sir? It was an excellent opportunity for all of us to listen such informative lecture. Thank you very much, Dr. TPS, for your highly stimulating, elaborated so beautifully. Now I would like to call Dr. Nandikshorji for both of things.
Yeah, Dr. Ravindra is also there. I am seeing some faces who have been there earlier. Namaskaram, namaskaram.
Really, it was amazing session, sir. निश्चित रूप से मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है या मेरी वाणी में वो सामर्थ्य नहीं है कि मैं आभार व्यक्त कर सकूं, लेकिन बहुत दिनों बाद जो ये आत्मा को जो खुराक होती है और अच्छे स्कॉलर को सुनने से जो सुखानुभूति होती है, जो रसानुभूति होती है, जो आनंद होता है, वो अव्यक्त नहीं किया जा सकता। जैसे कहते हैं ना कि जो जवान होती है हमारी, उसके ना आंखें नहीं होती, उसके कान नहीं होते, यानी जो हमने श्रवण रंध्र से जो सुना है, कानों से जो सुना है, उसे हमारी जिज्ञासा व्यक्त नहीं करने में असमर्थ है। निश्चित रूप से मैं एक छोटी सी बात कह करके अपनी बात को विराम करूंगा। पहले तो मैं बहुत सौभाग्यशाली हूँ कि इस सेशन में मेरे गुरु डॉक्टर दया जी, जो मेरे B.Ed में टीचर रहे हैं, प्रिंसिपल मैडम, वो हमारे साथ हैं। तो मैं अपने आप को सौभाग्यशाली मान रहा हूँ और मैं उनको हार्दिक प्रणाम करता हूँ कि बहुत दिनों में दर्शन हुए हैं और दिख रहे हैं। तो मेरा फर्ज है कि मैं आपको अभिवादन करूँ, आपका अभिनंदन करूँ, हार्दिक स्वागत करूँ। मैं बहुत सौभाग्यशाली हूँ। आज से कई दशक पहले मैंने B.Ed किया था मेरे नेटिव प्लेस से, तो आज मैडम को देख करके मैं तो TPS जी, जो टीचर, पेरेंट एंड स्टूडेंट के रूप में आपकी अभिव्यक्ति, वैज्ञानिक के रूप में, शिक्षक के रूप में, तो मेरी गुरु है डॉक्टर दया, उनको मैं हार्दिक प्रणाम करता हूँ। दूसरी बात यह है सर, हम लोग कहीं न कहीं जहाँ से शुरुआत होनी चाहिए थी स्वतंत्रता प्राप्ति के बाद शिक्षा के संदर्भ में, वो हम भारतीयकरण को नहीं शुरू कर पाए और हमारी शिक्षा उन लोगों के हाथों में चली गई जो हम अपने मूल से भटक गए और हमारा जो इतना विशाल जो समृद्धशाली जो शैक्षिक खजाना था, जो हमारे विचार थे, हमारे ऋषि मुनियों की परंपरा थी, हमने शिक्षा को उस तरफ शायद अपना अवलोकन नहीं किया। और आज पुनः चलो सरकार के रूप में किसी भी दृष्टि से सही, हम धीरे धीरे पुनः वापस आ रहे हैं। सर, शिक्षा नीति में एनईपी में एक बात है जो आपके लेक्चर से बहुत ज्यादा रिलेट कर रही है। वैसे बहुत सारी बातें, एक बात को मैं जरूर यहाँ पर उद्धृत करना चाहूंगा कि टीचर को ऑटोनोमी होनी चाहिए। टीचर को ऑटोनोमी होनी चाहिए, उसे अपने अपने ताने शिक्षण के ताने बाने को रचने के लिए टीचर को ऑटोनोमी होनी चाहिए, उसे अपनी अपनी टीचिंग मेथड चुनने के लिए। वो कैसे पढ़ाना चाहता है, वो कैसे अपने विद्यार्थियों के साथ संवाद स्थापित करना चाहता है, वो कैसे अपने विद्यार्थियों के साथ मैं अक्सर B.Ed कॉलेज में मैंने 24-25 साल जॉब की, अभी 4-5 साल से मैं डिग्री कॉलेज में काम कर रहा हूँ। तो मैं एक अपने प्यूपिल टीचर से एक बात कहा करता था कि आप जब टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस पर जाते हो, विद्यार्थियों को देखते हो कि वो कैसा पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो क्या आप ये देखते हो कि कौन टीचर, प्यूपिल टीचर बच्चों के साथ कितना हृदय से संवाद बना रहा है, कि वो केवल औपचारिकतावश वहां जाके 20 दिन 30 दिन पढ़ा के और वापस आ जाता है? कौन सा टीचर ऐसा है जो उनके पास बैठ के, जमीन पे बैठ के, कुर्सी पे टीचर बैठा है, स्टूडेंट जमीन पे बैठा है, वहां दरी पट्टी है, कुर्सी है या नहीं है, बच्चा गंदा है, उसके पास टीचर जाने से डरता है? क्या उसके पास बैठ के उस 1 दिन 2 दिन वो डरेगा आपसे, झिझकेगा आपसे, अपने मन की बात आपसे नहीं कहेगा? क्योंकि एक औपचारिकता का जो संबंध बना हुआ है टीचर और स्टूडेंट में, उसे तोड़ने का भी बहुत। तो आपकी वो बातें मुझे अपने वो टीचिंग प्रैक्टिस के दौरान की बातें, अपने एजुकेटर के रूप में जुड़ने की बातें याद कराती हैं कि हमको जो एक मैडम आरती जी भी कह रहे थे, मीनाक्षी मैडम भी कह रहे थे कि इंडिया में ना हम लोगों की, चाहे रिसर्च में ले लें चाहे टीचिंग में ले लें, हमें एक फ्रेम दिया गया है और उस फ्रेम में से हमको निकलने की आजादी स्कूल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन द्वारा भी नहीं है, माँ बाप द्वारा भी नहीं। अगर माँ बाप के बच्चे को हम सिलेबस से अलग पढ़ा दें तो पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग में आकर के ये कहता है, मैडम आपने क्या पढ़ाया, ये तो सिलेबस में ही नहीं है। यानी कहीं ना कहीं हम चीजों को, अच्छा प्रिंसिपल का राइट है, ऊपर से प्रिंसिपल ने कैमरा लगा रखा है, वो देखता रहता है अपने यहाँ बैठ करके कैसे पढ़ा रहा है टीचर, होमवर्क दिया, यानी कहीं ना कहीं हम मशीन बने हुए हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं सिस्टम का भी है दोष, और लेकिन हम एक्सक्यूज के रूप में मैं नहीं कह रहा इस बात को, लेकिन खुद टीचर भी तैयार नहीं है। ये भी सच्चाई है आपकी बात कि टीचर भी तैयार नहीं है। अगर हमें 20% भी फ्रीडम है, 80 में से 100 में से 20% या 25% भी फ्रीडम है, तो हम क्या 20% को हम यूज कर रहे हैं अपनी नई चीजें डेवलप करने में? वो भी शायद हम में कम है। हम वी आर इंडियन आर एक्सक्यूजेज इन एक्सपर्ट इन एक्सक्यूजेज। हम सिस्टम पे दोष लगा देते हैं, हम सिस्टम पे दोष लगाते, प्रिंसिपल हमें नहीं कहता, लेकिन क्या हमने उस 45 मिनट, मैं ये मानता हूं उन 45 मिनट के हम मास्टर हैं, उनमें से 10 मिनट, कई टीचर्स को तो मैं देखता हूँ वो जाके कुछ नहीं पूछते बच्चों से, ये भी नहीं पूछते बच्चे बीमार हो, ठीक हो, तबीयत ठीक है नहीं है, वो जाते हैं, जाते ही कंप्यूटर की तरह शुरू हो जाते हैं, पढ़ा करके वापस आ जाते हैं। उनका औपचारिक जो संबंध है उसके अलावा बच्चों से आत्मीय संबंध 10 मिनट में, 20 मिनट में, आधा घंटे में, जब भी हमें मौका मिलता है, अगर हम इनोवेशंस करते हैं, हम नई चीज करते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली सर आपकी वाली बात है वो जरूर हम पूरा करेंगे। और कहीं ना कहीं आपकी स्टाइल को मैंने पार्सली, मैंने भी चीजें याद की हैं, तो ऐसे ही चीज की रिलेशन बना के उनसे कि किसी भी चीज को उसके विरोधी तत्व के साथ या उसके बहुत ज्यादा नजदीकी तत्व के साथ जोड़ लेना, और विरोधी से ज्यादा याद रहता है, दुश्मन ज्यादा याद रहता है मित्र से। तो ये ठीक बात है आपकी। तो आज के दिन पर आप सभी लोगों की ओर से मैं सर का बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ, और ये निवेदन भी करता हूँ सर आपसे कि हम जल्दी ही आपका समय लेंगे और हमारे टीचर्स के लिए एक मुझे लग रहा था कि जब आपका चल रहा था, सत्र चल रहा था, आप जब लेक्चर दे रहे थे, तो ये चलता ही जाए, चलता ही जाए, चलता जाए। और मेरी भी कोई एक बैठक है थोड़ी देर बाद, तो मैं भी आज्ञा चाहूंगा। और बहुत अच्छा लगा जी, निश्चित रूप से कुछ अटके था, और अगर हमें ऑटोनॉमी मिल जाती है सिस्टम की तरफ से भी, स्कूल की तरफ से भी, सोसाइटी की तरफ से भी, पेरेंट्स की तरफ से, तो हम टीचर्स को एक कमिटमेंट भी देना होगा अपने आप के साथ, औपचारिक कमिटमेंट नहीं, हमें अपने आप के साथ ये कमिटमेंट भी करना होगा कि हमें जितनी स्वायत्तता मिलती है, जितनी स्वतंत्रता मिलती है, जितनी हमें वो मिलती है, हम नई चीजें करें टीचर के साथ, नई चीजें करें टीचर के साथ। जैसे हमारे यहाँ हमने ग्रुप में बनाकर, अर्धचंद्राकार में बनाकर, कभी कौन टीचर है जो डिबेट में लेसन को पढ़ाता है, कभी कौन टीचर है जो प्रोजेक्ट में पढ़ाता है, कभी कौन टीचर है जो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में पढ़ाता है। केवल हमारे B.Ed की ये केवल एग्जामिनेशन के लिए चीजें याद हैं, बाकी उनको कितना इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं। तो हम लोगों के पास सब कुछ है, लेकिन कहीं हमारी जो है करने की इच्छा है वो शायद में उतनी नहीं है। तो निश्चित रूप से आपके प्रेरणाप्रद ये व्याख्यान से हमें उस तरफ सोचने का और कार्य करने का अवसर मिलेगा। और बहुत बहुत साधुवाद, धन्यवाद जी।
Thank you for the nice words. I just remembered, I was just typing, thinking that if I don't get a chance to speak, you can look at all the prime ministers' names. I wrote a beautiful song and made a nice YouTube. You have to make tricks, not necessarily in the classroom you can be innovative, outside also you can be innovative, right? And then tell your children, they will look at it. So somebody was telling the sequence of names of prime ministers I want to learn. I made a beautiful song. You can see my children singing that. Different districts of different states, I made different songs. When you are a poet, it becomes easy for you to write song and then make it a tune and then make it to people to sing, right? So you can listen. Some things may be there like that. Look at DrTPS, a lot of YouTube, but all of you who are landing upon my YouTube, make some small comment there. Go to my website, go to YouTube and type DrTPS. Every day I am posting nearly 2 hours of lecture, including this will come on to my YouTube. I know it is there in the your website, which also I subscribed from the college side, but I will edit it and post it. Right? I do a good editing job of multimedia. That's what I do.
Right, sir. Sir, how can we have your books, sir? You have mentioned
Everything is downloadable. Every book is free of cost. You can download it. PDF is available. You have books on civil service handbook is there, life of life made simple, all these books. This is a beautiful book in which you tell me some, Arati, you tell me one page number beta. From 1 to 8, 100, 175, 180, maybe 10 to 180, one page number.
Okay. It's 15, my birth date.
15. What you can do is, you look at this book and look at 15 and read. Realize now you are not late. That is the message for you today.
So what is it?
Realize now you are not late. Now you are feeling that you would have done something earlier in your life.
Sir, there are many. This thought keeps coming to my brain.
That's it. This book is such a beautiful book. When somebody opens it, they get what they are thinking all the time. And it is not a book to be read continuous. You can open any page and read. Right? And Life of Love is another book which I have got. Rhythm of Life is another one. And there are many more books. There are a lot of videos on my YouTube. All the 30 points to students, 20 points to parents and teachers. Preparing timetable for studies for higher students. For engineering students, different 20 points to 10 students for teachers. No parents role there. So different things are written at different point of time. My blogs are also highly educative, many people, because I don't believe in making it a book and selling it. Because I am sufficiently rich, I don't require any money in my life. Okay, so everything is freely available on blog. Everything is freely available on my website. You can download the PDF. Even the published book, I had put the PDF available for you. My telephone number is written there, website is also written there on the chat box.
Right, sir.
But when you land on YouTube, make a small line comment so that I remember, oh, this person has seen it. Because I see every comment and approve it, then only it comes. I want to see who are all the people who are looking at it for that purpose. Okay. And I am also a multimedia man. I am recording it audio here. I have got another video recorder GoPro here. You can see it's recorded here. The screen I am dumping. I am grabbing the screen here. I have got another camera there. And three cameras videos and one audio which I am recording. And I also made notes on your questions and names.
You're too smart, Dr. TP. You're too smart.
Ma'am, Dr. Vinder sir want to talk.
Dr. Vinder.
Sir, very good evening, sir.
Namaskaram.
Yes, sir. Please be brief.
Sir, how are you, sir?
Enjoying all the time.
Very nice.
All the time enjoying.
Very nice to remember me.
Yeah.
It was very nice to
Please,
remember.
my copy, Jay.
Last time I was with you, no?
Yeah, last time we met, sir. Last time we met in the webinar held by Dr. Chapter ma'am. And it was a very nice lecture given by you, sir. And I am trying to implement many things which I learned from you.
Wonderful. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Tripta.
Let us
Thank
stand
you,
up for national anthem.
Gaur. Wonderful.
सर मैं आपको कॉल करूंगी सर मुझे आपसे 5 मिनट चाहिए Yes, now over to Mrs. Rajni.
Okay, ma'am. Now let us stand up for national anthem, please.